TV. Shout outs to Sun Piz down in the chat. Shout outs to Jeebus. Shout outs to what's this guy doing?
Half hour.
Into a character. I do Talcott, I'll do Ian. You never know who I'm gonna be. What's that, Mr. Tribe?
No, I'm just saying he'll go half hour ratting out the names one after another. And Jack, right. I got to say one thing really quick is that, you know, the struggles you've been going through lately, I noticed in a few occasions here, your presentment has really just totally come to another level of magnitude. And I notice it only when I see that genuine authenticity come out of you. You'll stutter a little, not necessarily stutter, but I could see you contemplating before you speak, and your words actually have a deeper meaning. And then you start to change a little bit. You weren't going on about this UN rant forever, and you started to talk about the people, and you started bringing more comprehensive, concrete terms that made a lot more sense. And then all of a sudden, you got your cheerleader squad on there, and you picked up the easiest, low-hanging fruit to go on there and prop you up, and you slipped right back into your bad old patterns. And let me say this: you don't know who you're talking to on Paul's panel and who Paul interacts with here. Who's to say you won't be talking to the next president or presidential candidate if you can get your shit together? And at that, I yield.
All right, now let me transition what you just said. I think this is a good video for everyone, and Talcott might get some enjoyment out of this.
Kick me. Kick me.
Triggering. Exposing triggers. I go, Talcott, kick me. Come on, let's go.
What was that?
It's like, what?
An explanation? We need emotional content. Try again. I said emotional content, not anger. Now try again with me. That's it. How did it feel to you? Let me think. Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory. Do you understand? Never take your eyes off your opponent, even when you bow. That's it.
Fucking love that.
It's gonna be my I'm gonna do Bruce Lee clips of teaching to realize that we need to be triggered so we can get into flow space and focus on the bigger picture and the meaning and the emotional content, Talcott, not anger.
Amen. It is about the feeling, but it's about the desire, the pull. I don't know, man.
It's the purpose, Jack. You're fulfilling a purpose, and you're using your abilities, your unique abilities to do it. And if you could align the two, then you'll be successful in what your endeavor, because it's a good endeavor in the end. I mean, look at this. We were just talking about war. In a way, you're right. We need to stop war, because why are you going to
yield yet? Are you going to yield yet?
Shut up, Lou. Why would we want wars when we see the purpose of war is to prevent a collapse of a fiat currency? That's basically been established time and time again, yet we want to fool ourselves as it's a religious or a mythical narrative, when it's really very simple and pragmatic. But people are dissuaded from looking at the practical and the reality of things. So why are we having war is the first question you should answer before you say, how do we stop it? And if you could know the true functional relationship of that.
Tribe, you just answered the question you claim needs to be answered. The wars exist to prop up the bullshit fiat system. So people need to stop relying on and trusting and believing in the bullshit fiat system. And then the
Right.
wars will end.
But then we
And
have
the
to have a
government will crumble.
so I wouldn't even say a replacement. I would say the fiat system was a replacement for a very good system. It had been working for a very long time, thousands of
Who
years.
told you to believe that?
Well, because when you look at things, when you have your exertions to the environment, right? You grow land, crops on your land, or you do something like that. Whenever there's something you need to move, some of that extra effort and exertion you put in, that's going to be valuable to others, and you want to be able to exchange it and maybe expand your horizons, so you won't be bound to the land. Then we would do things. They would mine things like gold. This is gold from 1910, right? And back then, this was $5. So you have a coin like this, and it's $5 back then. Today, this is probably worth about $600 for one little coin. Okay,
Right.
that doesn't mean it buys more than then. It means this back then, $600 was what $5 would buy.
Tribe, it's all make believe. That used to be $5 and now it's 600 because that's what other people told you to
your
believe.
600 is fake. It's the same $5. It buys the same thing it bought 5,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago.
Tribe, you presented an argument of agriculture to jump to the conclusion that currency is healthy when you just said that wars have existed for the bullshit currency system.
For fiat.
Wars existed when the money was backed by the bullshit gold, when it was backed by the bullshit silver. There was still wars going on, Tribe.
But they weren't for that. There was always thievery, right? And there's always that kind of thing, but it wasn't a concerted effort to go steal the gold or such. It was always a bigger conquest of land for war, and the land was to generate more. The point is this, is that when people worked with a functional relation to what they actually do in the environment, is what gold was, because it was so rare. Gold and silver are rare. They have special electrical properties that are bound to something more than just you or me or a fiat system, right? That you have something that's actually not going to, it was here before you got here. It'll be here after you're gone. So you become Jack, hear me out, please. You become a steward of that money to be used.
But he's right, though, Jack. In a way, he's right. Money,
right? In a way, he's right. But
because money today,
it's an excuse.
Okay, whatever, it's an excuse or not an excuse. But money today, the only value it has is the paper. It's just the value we put onto it. There was a time when money had an intrinsic value or a practical value, like gold, silver, or whatever other.
Taught us. That is what they taught us. It's bullshit.
That may be true. That may be true. I don't know who's taught us what, but I know that when gold, silver, and all those types of currencies were around for many, many, many years, the value maintained an even level
right, because it was controlled. It was,
and
the value has always been
it controlled itself,
controlled by people.
Yeah, but it controlled itself a lot because of its rarity.
It was given a life of its own, and people have been dying over something that has no actual fucking life or value.
Well,
gold has
I don't
no
agree
value other than what people want to imagine.
Well, you wouldn't be talking to us right now if it wasn't for gold that's in your computer. So it does have practical value, right? The gold and the silver that's in your computer has practical value, and the value is unchanging, right?
And your argument is ignoring the counter, which is the other side, which is the other part of the truth. So I'm asking you to stop ignoring.
I agree that there's another part of it where we may put too much value on worldly things, whether it's gold, whether it's land, whether it's whatever, people, even. Yeah, well, I didn't want to say people, but you said it, so that's okay, right? We put value on those things, and to some degree, we need some sort of store of value to be able to trade more easily, because it's a lot harder to say I have a cow and I want to bring my cow down to trade it for a car, and I got to walk this cow down to the friggin' dealer or something. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot simpler if I have a piece of gold that has real value that I can take down and say, okay, I'll give you these 3 pieces of gold for that piece of machinery. And it just simplifies trading a little bit. But once you take the value off that trading instrument and you turn it into something that whoever rules, whoever makes it, has the power, then the value will drop. What you can purchase with the same amount will get less and less and less over time. Hence the problem of having $5 that 100 years ago you could probably buy X with a car, and today you couldn't buy a freaking chocolate bar with $5. A coffee's more than $5, right? But back then you could buy a lot with $5. So it's because the valueless system that we put ourselves into, right? They steal our money every time they print another dollar. The dollar in your pocket is worth less. Or it has, not that it's worth less, it has less purchasing power. So they're not even stealing your money, they're stealing your ability to purchase, to trade. They're taking that from you, whoever they is. I have a sort of an idea who it is, but no one knows for sure. And so in a way, you have to take that into account, right? We're always going to need some sort of simplified mechanism to barter and trade with. Right. And definitely the one we have now contributes to the ability to have these massive wars because they're profitable. They make good money, these big wars, right? And they get rid of people that whoever's ruling, they get rid of people that they despise, right? And they use the wars as their rituals, blood rituals, to make them more powerful, because they believe the more they sacrifice our blood, the more they raise themselves in the world and in their own consciousness and whatever. I don't have all the words, but you know what I'm saying.
I like Easterloo, man. That's good, man. Extremely well said. I could have said it better, Jack. He's on point. Everything he just said there. Do you agree with what Lou just said?
I stopped listening.
Well, listen, paper is but the ghost of money. Okay.
Right.
What do you think about this digital currency?
Lecture or a history lesson on money. That's ignoramus to even think that I do, based on the things that I've said already. So
okay, so if you're not contributing to doing any exertion, why should you get anything?
History, you want to keep repeating what you've learned. I'm saying what I'm saying because of what I've learned. But fuck, you want to believe a world always needs money, and if it always needs money, well, fuck, it always needs war. And if we always need war, well, we always need government. And if we always need government, well, we're always going to have something to complain about.
Well, that's illogical. That whole pattern's wrong.
History lessons.
No, you see, the thing is that gold or silver is here before you came, and it'll be here after you're dead. You're not going to be here. You're just a steward of it when it's here. When people are just creating fake money with a printing press, listen, then you have usury debt. You can't pay back the debt interest with more debt. I mean, that's the fundamental problem, Jack. It's not the money, it's the fiat system. But if you can't make that distinction, no one's going to listen to you in a logical argument.
There is no separation between money and the fiat system and gold and the
who's making all the noise
and the political system. There's no separation.
We're all set, Megan. I'm just gonna slide it in there, and then I'll put the drawers in. Love it.
Is that you, O'Shea, making all that noise?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be quiet.
Mute. Snafu, mute.
What the heck? Snafu, mute your damn mic.
I think that's okay.
What are you baking cupcakes or something, Snafu?
That's what I thought.
Brian,
it was Brian.
I fucking love you, Paul. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, Lou and Tribe, I didn't mean to be so disagreeable. Thank you for the thoughts you were offering, but I'm not going to accept what you're presenting because it's based upon.
What are we presenting? What are we presenting, Jack? In your opinion, what is it we're presenting? If in your view, like, what do you think we're trying to say? Not that I'm trying to say anything like Tribe or whatever. I'm just trying to say what I understand. What do you see?
I don't remember exactly what I was discussing or what I brought up, but I said something that created the two of you just going on and on with your disagreements. And it was disagreements that were built on a false assumption based on
call them out, man. Don't start getting abstract with us, dude, because everything you say is a hodgepodge of cupcake nonsense if you want to get down that road. Let's just call out the specifics, Jack, and let's rebut them point by point like a man would. Let's continue now. You have the floor.
Well, I'm not going to play your pissant bullshit argument game, but what I've been presenting is the fact that
I'm not your daddy, first of all, Jack, so don't call pissant nothing. Try and be adult to adult. If you can't act like that, no other man is going to respect you or your opinion. Now, continue.
I don't need your opinions on what others do when you're disrespecting me repeatedly.
Well, go out there and see if I'm wrong, Jack, because I think you're full of shit. Now, continue.
I'm done with you, Tribe. What I was saying, though, is trying to present the concept of a future where we don't rely on money and currency, that we actually think beyond what we were taught. Because money, all these systems, all these governments, all these, everything will be here after we're gone. And it was here before we got here. So should we make that fucking excuse, Tribe? That money and gold and silver were here before us, so we should continue to sacrifice children.
No, dumbass, that's not what I said. Stop, listen. It was here before you came here. It'll be here after you're dead. That means you're a steward of it. It doesn't mean you have to live by it. It means it has more meaning than your stupid fiat that you seem to be fixated on. What are you for CBDC too, Jack? You probably want a handout. You want your little handout every month to do nothing but yap your fucking gums. Shut up, man. You're gonna call some concrete solutions, call out my points, point by point, rebut them like a man with logic or reason, or else just stick to your little feelings, Jackie.
You reject the logic and reasoning that feelings bring.
You're so circular in your fucking reasoning, dude. You don't even know logic. Do you know what a tautology is? Do you even know anything about logic? You know nothing. Converse, inverse, reverse. You know nothing, Jack. No one respects you because you don't have the intellect. So if you either get the intellect or get a better presentment or get more substantial ideas, dude, really. You're just looping now.
Jack, maybe it will help. Jack, hold on. Maybe it will help. Maybe, I don't know. Just possibly it might help if you state, instead of saying what we are doing wrong and how bad we're failing and how we're focusing on money.
Doing to me.
No,
that's what you're literally doing.
I wasn't.
To me.
If I was, I apologize. I wasn't trying to do that.
Both of you are literally repeatedly doing that to me. That's the reason you're both confused.
No, we're asking for specifics. That's why we're confused, because you can't spit out one specific. Give me a specific, and then we won't be confused, Jack. You're confusing us, Jack, because you lost your imagination instead of facts.
Tribe, your accusations right now are false. You need to review the claims you just made that I never present. You're making allegations.
Wait. What was my claim? Well, see, you can't even get my claims right, Jack. You debate your own fucking imagination. You're so fucking lost in your imagination. No one respects you. That's your problem, dude. You start for a while, then you get lost.
Just hold on, Tribe. Just
hey, can I
bring it down a little bit?
You mind if I build off of one of the things Tribe was saying on gold? The example. This is Kim. Haven't been here in a while, but Nice
Hi,
to see you
Cam.
guys. So how it was explained to me that really made sense is, I think obviously everyone knows gold has like an intrinsic value for whatever reason. It doesn't deteriorate. It's used in electronics for whatever. It's in history had an intrinsic value. And the way it's explained to me is, 200-300 years ago, a $20 piece of gold could buy you the finest suit of the finest materials by the finest tailor anywhere in the world. Just a $20 piece of gold. Today, if you had that same $20 piece of gold, it would buy you the equivalent of the finest suit made by the finest material by the finest tailor in the world. Now that may cost you, $10,000 today, but that $20 gold piece is what it can purchase you, or what amount of energy it can get from you in the world remains the same. That now fiat has it only pins off of what you can purchase with that gold. That's why it fluctuates. Gold doesn't go up and down. The purchasing power of the dollar goes up and down.
Right. That's what I was trying to say. I mean, maybe you said it better than me. I would just like to say to Jack, if he doesn't agree, my question would be, if you don't agree with money and the fact that we've been, trained to believe that it has this value or whatever it is you believe, what do you have? What would be a solution in your mind to deal with more practical things in the world, like how to get food, how to get transportation, how to get shelter?
I've answered this repeatedly, and I can do it once again in one word.
Okay.
It's something the selfish don't understand, but it's called sharing, where humans share the resources and the abundance that they are able to create individually together, where we create and provide for ourselves, for our families. We share that abundance with the communities. The communities share their talents and efforts together to build the businesses, to build the administrations of the logistics. We do it together with cooperation instead of competition.
And what do the deadbeats do? The ones that contribute nothing and want everything entitled to them.
You mean like the wealthy of today, like the
like you, Jack? Like the people don't want to work or exert or produce anything for anyone else of value. They just want to
that's what I thought,
overemphasize their own worth without doing anything to prove it of any substantial, factual, corroborated value. That's all.
Right.
I mean, how do you value yourself? Socially, economically, physically,
imagine it. How
skillfully.
would you imagine it working?
I'm asking you the question, man. Where do you see? Where's your value? I can go on and list what I do.
Tribe. Here's where I know you asked that question based upon your judgment of me. Okay.
No, just what you've presented here.
So you're
That's all.
Rejecting the words that are being offered. You don't even consider the words for the truth.
Dude, your words are not true. Listen, your word salad, Jack. We all know this. It's not a joke. You know this is true. The only time you're not a word salad is when you're thinking about what you say. And you're not thinking about what you say right now. You're just repeating yourself ad nauseum. And that's what annoys people, especially me. I don't have the patience because it's very petulant. You're like a child and I'm an adult talking to you now. And that's not the way I correspond with other men. It should be adult to adult. If you can't respond to me intellectually, logically, with some kind of reason in you and rationality, then I can't communicate at that level with you.
I don't see it. You're not telling me right. You're not
doing like a little child.
Thing. I can't do it.
You're a fucking child blaming me on your ignorance. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Evidenced by your behavior, Jack. Petulance is not the key to getting people to communicate with you. We're not going to feel sorry for you. We're not going to feel you're entitled to anything because
what are you going to do?
About your ideas that are better than Lou's?
And on and on. That's all.
What makes your ideas better than Lou's for our solutions for the future? What makes your ideas better than Lou's? Why should I agree with you more than Lou?
Has Lou presented something solid for the future other than just maybe for himself?
Yeah, he talks about it all the time. Where have you been? I mean, do I need to rehash his own words? He could probably do it better, but I've heard it many times.
Hey
guys,
dumbass.
I got some. Would you let me say something?
You
real
have
quick?
no words. You have a bunch of fluff, Jack. There's no substance to anything you
Right.
say. At that, I'll yield.
Okay. Hey, so I know I don't necessarily agree with Jack on everything, but in the last couple of years, I've got a taste of what he's talking about. I've worked with people in Washington area. It's people helping people. We've built a house. I've built a shop. I put in sprinklers. We have done so much, and there is no exchange of anything going between anybody. It's just you've helped me, I help you, you help me. Tractors get shared, trucks get shared. Literally, houses have been built. I've been part of a system. Say what?
Who's paying for the resources to build this stuff? If the labor's free, but who's paying for the resources?
Well, it's a combination of things. I mean, it's literally like, so this house that got built, this guy, he's been collecting this stuff for a couple years, right? He's been doing favors, like all of the lumber that came from this house. I'm not sure exactly where he got it, but I know for a fact that he didn't pay fiat or anything. It's, this is an old man. He's done so much help, and he's helped so many people that he has acquired this stuff over the last couple of years. I get what you're saying, Tribe, but the thing is there is something to what Jack's saying, because I've seen it happen. So I don't know, I just wanted to throw that in there because there is something to what he's saying. It's just not all fluff.
Yeah, I've already
everyone has a rich uncle.
Definitely a way to live like that. You could get all the materials you get secondhand based on people throwing shit out. If you put that much care and attention and time in, there's a way to the way that doesn't involve using worldly systems, but you don't have to destroy worldly systems to not be part of a worldly system, or to use a worldly system and not make it the all the time, everywhere, at all places, with all people.
And
I totally
I'll
agree.
let you guys continue, but like I said, there is something there, and I'm going to pursue it because, again, people helping people. People work so much harder. People love each other. There's definitely something there. So anyway, have a good one, guys.
I totally agree with what you just said there. I mean, I built a barn, a massive barn. It's like 40 by 66 feet long, 2 floors. And literally every piece of material that's in it, I've either found removed from some other property that was being demolished, or I purchased for like pennies on the dollar, where it was cull lumber from Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, and got for like 90% off. So $1,000 of lumber, I'd pay $10 for it. I mean, $100 for it. Like very, very low exchange of fiat. And I built a massive barn and everything, windows,
Pipe up,
door.
fat slave.
People throw away more shit today than you would imagine. You could build entire communities with what people throw away today. So I agree with that. But also there is, I believe, a place for having some system of currency where you can travel more easily with a smaller store of value that you could put in your pocket and go somewhere to purchase something that's larger. I believe there's a place for that. I don't know what the system we have.
Can I?
Yeah, and simply this: are you going to go with your 10 cattle to go buy more land? You find the guy that gives you gold for the cattle. Then you take that gold and then you purchase the land from the guy that owns the land for your community or whatever it may be. But you would pool that together. You don't go with a herd of cattle to go sell it. The landowner doesn't. The guy that you're buying the land from may not want that cattle, but he could take that gold and then get it exchanged exactly a value for whatever he wants it to be. It gives you flexibility and choices. It doesn't restrict you to an international private banking system. It's been used for thousands of years. It's not to be praised or hoarded. It's to be utilized to keep the progress of life.
A tool.
It's the purposes of life. That's all, Jack. It's not evil. It's to be used to make our lives better so we could, like Lou said, travel more, do more things, self-actualize more. It's to prevent, the impediments of things, to make it easier for us to do that. Now, yes, people may abuse it. People may go and steal and do all these things. It's up to us to uphold the truth and the rights of people. And the government's supposed to uphold the rights, not to interfere. And commerce and trade are two different things. And if you're going to be engaged in things like trade, then you don't have to be an international private banking system. At that, I yield.
I mean, Israel and England could never have made World War I happen if the Federal Reserve wasn't created on Jekyll Island on, 1913. We all know the story. So as soon as that was created, they were able to take control of the money system and fund both sides of the war. A year later, we had World War I because they had the capital to make it happen. And they didn't have it prior to that. And they tried, right? They tried heavily to make it happen, right? They sunk the sister ship of the Titanic in order to get rid of their opposition, right? There's a cricket in your ass, Paul. You might want to try and grab that. It could cause internal problems. But anyways, I agree with you too, Jack, that
no, you don't. You don't agree with value. Shit. You don't tell people you agree with me because you're.
I do agree that people.
I don't agree with you.
Value.
You are disagreeable in my experience, Lou.
Okay. All right.
Nice about you, and I see the continuing disrespect from you and Tribe. So my patience.
Maybe you should try to be more patient. You could try that.
Should I, in the face of slavery and ignorance and stupidity?
Say should. I would use the word you could try to be patient.
I could sit here and listening to you guys go on and on and on about nonsense and just shut up and not make any reactions, not even address it. But golly gee, that's not who I am. I don't like stupidity and ignorance.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. What is
Can I bring us back to the conversation that was going on?
Yes, please.
Okay. Horde came, I think it was Horde. Someone came up and spoke about seeing some of the things that I hope to experience in my life, right? Communities coming together and helping, because that's the idea I do see, is people helping people. And Lou, one of the things with that is the resourcefulness of people. I do admire you, Lou. Even though I disagree with your diet choices, you're a fucking resourceful man. That is clear. And you respect that which you receive by some definitions. But to change this world, we've got to start seeing the resourcefulness in each other instead of the wastefulness.
But you're saying it right there, resource. Money is a representation of human labor as a resource.
According to you and according to the past. Now, if you want to repeat the same arguments, you're going to get the same results. Now, if you want to push your mind beyond what you think, I'm happy to further explain or describe what I'm trying to say.
Situation? How about a hypothetical? You're an able-bodied man, and in my negligence, I injure you, and now you can't take care of your family. How am I supposed to compensate you for that?
You use resourcefulness and you find a way. You use your connections, your community to help repair the damages that you.
I don't have a community. Created. I'm traveling through town. I'm on my horse cart and I'm not paying attention.
Okay, so where is this imagination? Where is this fantasy?
Any situation where I harm you as an able-bodied man who's going to take care of a family, and now you can't do it.
Reality. Or
the only way to hold me liable is for me.
Hypotheticals and.
This is a very, very practical hypothetical situation. I mean, I'm not going to go harm you so you can play it out in real life. But the reality is the only way is for me to take labor that I've stacked up in this way of money and give it to you for my negligence. Now you can use that money to go get resources instead of your back and your labor. Like,
right,
fundamentally, how are you supposed to deal with very common situations like that in a world where we're only exchanging corn and eggs for stuff?
We change what is common, because what you're describing is the results of a society that believes in punishment.
There's no punishment. That's just fair for
All
fair.
right, so disagree rather than understand.
Punishment would be put me in jail. Now I get punished and you don't get compensated.
Retribution, right?
Not
Is that
retribution.
not like revenge?
Not retribution.
That's not what I heard him say.
Compensation, reward
for a wrong to another individual.
Okay, so reward for a wrong would be punishment of the instigator. And so the
so should I
ego
not
is
pay?
the punishing mindset. Here, let's try to paint a picture.
So you should just be paralyzed and I get away with
Let me try
nothing.
and answer. I'd like to try and answer your question differently than I first did, if I may.
Sure.
We recognize that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And while individual spirits, humans, may make errors in judgment and we do cause harms, there are alternatives towards this punishment and reward. There is correction. We could bring this into a moral court, right? Rather than
kind of like how you buy your
individuals
coffee with the
determining the
fiat
value.
that you drink all the time now, Jack. Your Starbucks using your fiat.
No, he's had that cup. He's had that same cup for a long time. He doesn't go buy Starbucks.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you.
He's had that same cup for a long
Jack,
time.
Jack, you're just nuts. Tribe and
No,
Lou are trying to give you Tribe and Lou, you can't Nazi block me here, fucker. Tribe and Lou, we're giving you like knowledge, and you're rolling your eyes. Your body language was ignorance. That's
So
a
what?
dictator. Fuck, dude.
That's your opinion.
You Ian Schneider blocked people. I'm
Hey,
surprised
your
you're on right
opinion
now
on
and
the
haven't ran
facts
away like a
is
little coward.
irrelevant.
But you know,
The
Lou,
facts
these guys
were
care
that I
about
did
you.
that.
These guys are trying to give you knowledge, and your ignorance is fucking bullshit, Jack. You're
Okay.
ignorant. Your people watch your eyes rolling.
Says the man.
You can't even listen to opinion, but you want to be a leader.
Oh,
you want to be a
golly.
leader, but you fucking can't listen to
What
opinion,
about
Jack
you?
Chatbot.
What about you, dude? You claim to be a leader of this snapping
Yeah, I call
crew and
cupcakes like
fucking.
your bitch ass out, and Venus Cupcake and all these little bitches. You are a fucking cupcake. But no, seriously, Lou Bass and Tribe, they're trying to be cool with you and give you knowledge, bro.
I know they
And
are.
you
Stop
ignorantly
fucking
rolled your
defending
eyes.
them like
You
you're
ignorantly
victims.
fucking, and you know what? I give you props and said you at least didn't lie and say, oh, you said I wasn't listening. So I do give you that. Everyone saw you weren't. But that's what I'm
Right.
saying. Is
So
you're
what?
such a dictator on your
So
fucking
what?
even listening to
Try
opinions.
to understand me
And
instead of
you're
your
a
false
goblin, you sucking little
accusations, and we'll
granny
get
panty
along
titties.
better.
Another cupcake's on the board now, but no, Tribe and fucking Lou Bass were trying to help your ass, and you just ignorantly fucking dismissed them like they were shit. Their opinions were
shut
shit.
up. You know what, Tribe and Lou, I intend no disrespect to you. I wish to God you could say the same thing, but I know that's not true.
I know you wish to God you could China block me out like fucking Ian China right now, huh?
I meant no disrespect to you, Jack. I really did not. I wasn't trying to help you. I was just giving my idea of what would work and not work, I guess. I don't know. It's just giving my view on it. And I wasn't trying to disrespect you. I promise you on all that I love. I was not trying to disrespect you. So
and don't mistake my it's no personal attack on you, Jack. When I get mad at you, it's a personal. Excuse me. The attack is when you listen. When you can't. You're talking over me, Jack. Let me explain myself before you talk.
Which one?
When you go on and you can't attack an argument, you immediately start attacking the person making the argument, and it's become quite evident. You turn everything to an ad hominem. You say, I'm done with you, I'm this and that, just like a petulant child. So no adult's got to respect that because it's the hallmark of hypocrisy. You exhibit the hallmark of hypocrisy, Jack, when you do that to people. That's why they don't respect you. What you're doing right now is very disrespectful. is petulant, is childlike.
Yeah, and if Tribe was on your panel, you would Nazi block his ass right now.
Yeah,
when
and
he's
you're very
trying to help you.
obnoxious on top of it all, Jack. So no one respects you, and no one would ever have. Listen, you do not have any presentment of a leader whatsoever. I mean, listen, who or what have you ever led? Now, answer my question. Who or what have you ever see this? Now you got to attack me. I get it. Don't answer my question. I'll sit here and take your attacks. I yield, Jack.
I'm not.
Go ahead. Start your personal attacks on me now.
You are
Try,
presenting
even the
as a
cupcakes
fool
need a
right
leader.
now,
If he's gonna say he's leading the cupcakes, they're gonna believe it. They're gonna cupcake it. They're gonna fucking cow cause it or something. But you know what? You know what, Jack? I see Ian China optics in you now more lately. I see ignorance when people try and fucking share knowledge with you, not necessarily debate you, but like say, hey, you want to think about it this way or that way? And you know that's why, you know, you become Ian China, dude, lately. For real. And then the way you're ignorant, even on these other pounds, I think you're chasing clout. I think you're clout chasing, bro.
Who cares? I really don't care what you think.
Right, you don't care. You want that fiat to hit your donations. You want your fucking message to get out. You don't care.
Hey,
You don't care about what anyone has to say. You don't care about the reality. You're not going to get up and call the United Nations. I called them twice for you now. Have you called them once? No.
You're a fucking clown,
Jack
dude.
Calcott
You're a
doesn't do shit.
cartoon character,
Jack
really.
Calcott gets on podcasts and
You're
talks.
like a
Jack
cartoon
Calcott
character.
fucking Nazi blocks, like Ian China lately.
All right, keep going.
Okay, well, Jack Calcott is a cupcake. Jack Calcott has frosting on his shit. Jack Calcott.
Keep going.
Okay, well, Jack Calcott fucking could be a Granny Karen one day. No, you know what, Calcott? You need to listen to people trying to help you, bro. Don't be ignorant, dude. Ignorance is not going to get you anywhere.
How are you to give advice about ignorance when you've come up and already presented false accusations after ignoring the explanations? You came up with the false claim of the Starbucks.
What is false, Jack? What false accusations did I say? That you haven't done anything? You haven't called the United Nations? You haven't done
dumbass.
shit yet? What
dumbass.
false? No, what false? Oh, the Starbucks? Okay, well, you know, if I had money to buy Starbucks every day, I'd be happy.
Hey,
Some of us
dumbass.
don't have that fiat
Right,
that you
dumbass.
like to have and,
Hey,
you know, use a
dumbass.
lot.
Hey, dumbass,
Maybe if I
that's the
started
false
accusation. It's like clout chase and
that's the false accusation, dumbass. You've completely ignored what I've repeatedly explained. I've explained the cup multiple times. Lou explained the cup to you today. You're still looping in your fucking ignorance, Snafu.
Do you think the United Nations will take Starbucks for a affiliate?
Why did you just deflect rather than recognizing you made an error as a man?
What error did I make? Saying that you fucking you didn't have Starbucks all the time when you were about to lose your house. You weren't showing all the time. You weren't all happy dappy fucking talking your preaching mode. You were fucking actually kind of listening and fucking, you know, taking other people's opinion. The minute things changed for you, all of a sudden you started getting kind of crazier with the dictatorship and the I know it all and the blasphemous fucking Talcottism shit. But then
that's the same thing Snafu does to people, isn't it?
Goblin, you suck on Granny Panty titties and Venus Cupcake.
You ain't shit and you're just mad, bro. Fact of the matter is, you teach nobody nothing and you run the same loop.
Talcott, the cupcakes do need a leader, and maybe you have become the cupcakes leader. I see that. I'm surprised Ian China and you haven't joined forces more.
Dude, he doesn't like he blames me, I guess, for his unhappiness somehow.
4:20 Eastern time right now. 4:20.
All are the result of Ian's unhappiness.
Jack, I got your back. You cannot make Ian unhappy. Ian's a little bitch boy who makes himself unhappy.
Hey, I'm talking shit to Ian right now because I want him to speak to me like a man. These little bullshit games are kind of saddening as well.
Fucking make that.
Fucking what?
What?
I fucking love
Don't
you,
be
Paul.
a dictator, Cupcake Jack. Quit showing Ian shyness and listen to people trying to like. Don't be so like dismissive when people are trying to like give opinion, even if their opinions are full of fucking shit. The way you present it, bro, is like, I mean, it's so ignorant, dude. And then the stuff we listen out of you, I mean, Jack, I called the United Nations for you. No motherfucker on the internet has done anything for you like that to try and help you get your goals. I'm just telling you, you gotta fucking present.
Hey, how long ago was that? How long ago was that? What have you done for me lately, Snafu, besides the false
I'm calling you a cupcake on your shit right now. I'm trying to
Jack.
say quit uncupcaking like a little bitch boy, like Ian and
What
fucking Goblin. Jack Talcott, you could
Hey,
make an audio
sincerely,
book. You go to the
Snafu
Great Talcott.
Crabs.
You go to the Great Talcott. Fuck these cupcakes. Quit being little. Listen to Lou Bass. Listen to fucking Tribe. Listen to Paul. Listen to people. Do Jack Talcott, but don't be a little fucking cupcake, little shithead Nazi dictator.
I don't know how to do Jack Talcott different than me.
You do you, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, Jack. You do you, man.
Goblin, you
Thank you.
cupcake. You want to suck on his titty while you're sucking on Karen
Hey,
Venus's
you're the one
titty?
D-riding all these
Goblin, you
motherfucking channels
fucking
that I go
little
to,
cupcake.
and
Hey,
you sit
Goblin
here and
and
divide
Method
everyone.
Tommy.
You ain't shit,
Hey,
bro. Now do
Goblin,
the
you threatened
loop-de-loop.
children
Do the
with Method
loop-de-loop.
Tommy. Why, hey, Goblin, you and hey, where's your pal Method Tommy, Goblin?
Hey, check it
Threatening
out, bro.
children.
Your
Notice the
receipts are out there
cupcakes.
proving that all
Notice
these
all the
allegations you're making are
cupcake
false.
Jack,
Fact
do
of
you
the matter
understand
is,
what you're doing?
what you're saying is false.
You have become a magnet for cupcakes. Jack,
Do the
you have become
loop-de-loop with Snafu and
pogo,
True.
pogos, but all the cupcakes come to you guys. All the cupcakes come to you guys.
Hey, Snafu, does your crew actually appreciate the way you represent them?
I don't give a fuck. That's what you're supposed to be. You're truth, yo. But
You don't
again,
ain't even
care
got
about
no
people
crew.
that are
the
associated.
crew is the glue,
false.
which is each and every one of you, the truth, yo. But hey, it's everyone. Elise versus Peeps, Jack. You don't think that UN is fucking infiltrated? Jack Talcott is not gonna fucking fix the world wars. War makes money. Money and war is good for people with agendas in play. The B system agendas play. You could warn them of it. But Jack, can you stop prophecy? If you want to go in the God game and the biblical thing, I know you don't know the Bible and you do a lot of blasphemous stuff, but can you stop prophecy? Can Jack Talcott, the great, stop prophecy?
Hey, let me present the case that I believe this would fulfill prophecy, because I believe that it would. I believe that the meek would inherit the earth through the generosity and sharing of those who have achieved abundance. I believe that a world where the Christ spirit, where Jesus was ruling the land, that would mean where truth and love were freely available, freely shared throughout the world. And with truth and love being freely shared, there would be no secrets.
Jack,
I like
you talk
free
a lot
love.
about. Hey, I want to say one last thing before
I
you go.
agree with Jack on the free love. Let's just put that on record.
Okay, yeah, but the love thing, the weaponized love thing I talk about, the hug a buddy, fuck a buddy love thing, the New World Order, one love, one government. Do you remember the verses? If you want to go biblical,
that's not the love I'm talking about. I'm not talking
hated,
about that love.
Even God hated Esau. God hated. So you want to say...
Is that according to a book?
No. I'm just saying...
Or is that according
to everybody,
hey,
but even God hated Esau.
I love Wes. I love you, Paul.
Love
Thank you, guys.
is a verb. Love is a verb. Imagine
you love me, Jack?
Imagine if we all quit lying.
Often.
And on a day like today,
no,
Mother's Day,
nobody likes you, Lou. Nobody likes you.
To your wife, to your mom, when you showed up for your people in life in general, you knew that love was a verb. The actions one partakes in to push his family's life forward. Imagine if your people, you wrote them a card and they say, hey, I love you so much. I'm so grateful for you. All these hot ass, empty ass fucking words. And they said, that's funny, honey, that you show it by gaining 40. Hey, you sure do look like you love me a lot. Or do you love them drinks and them snacks, motherfucker? Why don't you guys get this? Love is a verb. The actions we partake in to show that we love. Fuck your gift. They would rather you show up not a lazy, fat, dumb, drunk, titty-having bitch. Let's get into it. Let's get deep into this shit. Why the fuck do you believe it's okay to make your people compromise their integrity and lie to you? You make your people compromise their integrity. They have to lie to you. Hey, no, Tom, it's all good. You're looking great after that COVID weight. I know it was totally out of your control to not eat California burritos every fucking day. What the fuck? What the fuck? In a world full of people crushing it, I'm going to show up crushing it for my people because I love them. I don't lose that love for them at all through the day because guess what? For 10 fucking years, I cultivated that love within first. So my comprehension of what love is different than yours, motherfucker. Mine ain't just fucking words. Mine is adherence to vision, how I feel about them, and the energy I exude to them. You do love your kids. You do love your wife. You do love your people. You do. You do, motherfucker. You beer-drinking, titty-having, low-level, poor, broke bitch. You love your people. You love your people as much as you comprehend what love is. And what you comprehend love to be is how you treat yourself, bitch. You've let yourself down so much that you think love is just words. You just say it. You don't really do anything about it. You fucking follow suit like everybody else. Oh, yeah, thank you. I'm grateful for you. I love you. Here's this trash I've been neglecting for 12 years. Oh, that sure looks like 20 years of love. How you just steadily got worse on me. You fucking awesome dude, you. Fuck. Where's everybody so lost for? Why are they so fucking lost? You cannot get this. Let me show you this. You can only exchange something at the rate it has built within. So the rate at which you know love to be created within you, you can only exchange it at that same rate. So if you don't love you very much, motherfucker, you can't love them very much, motherfucker. And everybody's going to want to disagree because that's what happens. People who are living a lie, they hate when you tell the truth. And I'm going to tell it to you. You will love greater. You will be more to them if you show up better for them. This is what nobody gets. They don't get that they're really embarrassing their fucking people. How could you not? Like, what the fuck? You should not be wowed by anything in life. You should be going after it with such fucking, just such intensity that it's proof that you love them. Nah, that motherfucker proves he loves his family. Did you see what he did for him last year, the year before that? Year after year, he just progressed his family with a relentless, it was a relentless pursuit of love. That's all this has been. When I was in prison, this is how it starts. And since you haven't learned to love yourself yet, which the only true depiction of self-love is investment in self. So you haven't even started this path if you don't love yourself yet. If you haven't engaged in growth and a process of self-investment. So this is how it started. I was in prison and I was lonely as fuck. My heart was broken. I had no family. Nobody was fucking with me. Couple messages here and there. Nobody came to fucking see me. I had a homegirl come one time. Okay, one time. Everybody else just disregarded me. It's not like they didn't want to see me. They just don't know that love is a fucking verb. They don't show up for you. They don't know how to show up for them. They're not wrong. That's all they know. How are you going to be mad at them? They don't show up for them. How are they going to show up for you? You're stupid for believing they could. So this is the thing. I'm in prison. I'm alone. My heart's fucking broken all the time. And I want love so bad. I want to get out. I want a family. I'm dreaming of Valerie. Like I was creating her in my head and now I have it. But how did it start? I wanted love so bad that I decided to give it to myself. And when I gave it to myself, I attracted it. I attracted love by loving my fucking self. Okay? Do you get how that works? It starts with self. You cultivate love within self at a high degree to then where you demand that type of love from other people. You demand them to be their best self. All of a sudden, they can't just gain 40 and fall the fuck off. They can't just engage in shitbag fuckery and get shit canned all the time and fuck your guys' life off because they're a pathetic piece of shit who can't control their desires. You are creating love within to then show other people how to love themselves so you can come together as one and love each other. Is everybody gonna figure this out? No, because they're lazy, selfish pieces of shit. I really live for my fucking family all fucking day. I don't give a fuck about me. Why the fuck would I need anything? I think Wes Watson needs anything. No, he goes and gets what he fucking needs. And what he needs to have is respect and love from his people. So he'll only be what he would love and respect. Would you respect someone who just, you met one way and then they just fell off over 15 years and then kept telling you they loved you? Sure looks like it. It sure looks like it. Your actions surely prove that. So start with self. It's okay to not know any of this. They didn't teach you this. Nobody taught anybody this, okay? It's okay to not know any of this and be fucking up right now at this moment. It's okay. But after you hear this message, it's not okay to stay that way. Drop the bullshit. Start to love yourself. How do you know what self-love is? Anything that's disrespectful to self has to go. So anything you're disrespecting yourself with has to go. And disrespecting yourself is anything that's deterring you from the future you wish to create for you and your people. So get yourself in line. Really build yourself into the person you admire most. No fucking lies. Oh no, I really admire this, what I got here. Like this, I never wanted to be that jacked or that rich. Fuck being ripped, rich, and rare. I'd rather be dumb, drunk, and broke and fat with kids. Fuck is this shit? Fuck are these lies? Like, and you guys, start with you. Learn to love yourself and treat yourself at such a high level, and then be patient with your people. Love them by creating the best you to give to them, and give them the best life by you fucking grinding every day to create an optimal existence for them. There's so many underlying issues to this that you guys don't even get. Do you even get that you dumb, drunk, loser fucking parents that are on drugs or drinking, do you not get that you cause your children to be manipulative? Like they know when you're high or when you're drunk and they come manipulate you. You're showing them that when people are inebriated, you can easily take advantage of them. You're so many underlying flaws and issues in here. And then everyone else will just so Wes, just because I don't have money and be able to drive my kids in a Rolls. No, it's not about that. It's not about just giving them everything that they never had, your kids and your wife and your family. It's not about just giving them everything they never had. It's about teaching them everything they never knew, the wisdom. And what people don't get, they always want to talk shit about the money, and they don't realize they're talking shit to the wrong person, because I gained success off bringing people success. If you want to make your dreams come true, you have to make other people's dreams come true. And a lot of people who hopped to my program, their dreams were to just lose 50 pounds. And bam, their life was back. A lot of people hopped on and their dream was just to quit drinking. And bam, their life was back. Gave them their wings back. Watched them fly again. Look at my face. This isn't someone calling you out. This is someone calling you up to motherfucking greatness. And you've been delusional to your potential the whole time. You've really thought you were working at your highest level. There's way higher, and you have it in you. I love you guys. Don't walk away from this believing you did something. Go fucking do it. That's the problem with the soft-ass motivation messages. You make cupcakes who are losing, walk away from your message. It's all, oh, I feel fucking great. That's all they care about is how they feel. Not no motherfucking results for them and their people. I love you guys. Understand that my love for you guys is the action I partake in daily, because I'm thinking about you. When I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about you. When I'm shooting this video, I know I can't let you down. Everything I do, I think about everybody in my life, and I know how important they are to me. So I have to produce a grand result to push them forward as well, to show them what's possible. The greatest gift you can give is inspiration, motherfucker. Give it. Let's go.
And just like regular cake has to rise, just like a loaf of bread has to rise, a little leaveneth, leavening the whole loaf, you little cupcakes. Hey, Jack.
Wizard.
Jack, how come you don't bodybuild? I think that's something you should get into. Good exercise and bodybuilding. Just a suggestion, brother. Ayo.
He can eat some testicles and eat some liver, and Liver King it too. Get big, Jack. Pump up, juice up, bro. Get on cycle.
I actually plan that. That is part of my future. Is once things do start changing, I'm going to focus on rebuilding my physical character and my appearance and stuff like that. And that is one of the goals. People will witness the transformation of the $150 Jack, who's kind of let himself get a little soft, and I look forward to getting back to a routine like that. But at this point, my physical appearance, I don't give a shit.
Hey, so what'd you get out of the West presentation here?
He said a few things. I fucking love that guy, man. He said something about you can tell how someone understands love by how they treat themselves. Something like that. He said something.
Yeah, and right. And what was the best way to make sure that you're loving yourself? Do you remember what he said?
Invest in yourself and your own development.
Well, he also said, how do you get to that point concretely? And the first step he said to do was to get rid of all the bullshit that's holding you back, right? All those.
Right.
So
that's what I've been. Sorry to interrupt, but that's exactly the message I've been giving too. The thing that's holding us back: excuses and blame. Get that shit out of your mind and out of your heart, and then commit yourself. That's what I heard him saying. Even in prison, he committed himself to love. He identified what was important to him in his life, and he focused on that to build that within him so he could offer it to the world when the time came.
And do you remember what his introductory phrase was, right? Love is an action, is the actions that you do. Yeah. It starts with yourself, right?
Well, here, I'm sorry to interrupt, but thank you, Tribe. You're absolutely right. Some of the things he was saying, I put it in the comment on my channel, is that there's a lot of opposites to me and him. You know, people mock me for spending over $20,000 trying to have a conversation with my son. They mock me for all the things that all the efforts I've made trying to restore my relationships with my family. So I've taken.
I don't think they're mocking
for love.
I don't think they're mocking you per se, Jack. I think more so. I don't know. It's my belief. I could be wrong. I believe they're mocking the action that you did, about
the approach.
Maybe had you given your sent your son $20,000 instead of some.
This is an irrelevant. Hey, Lou, this is an irrelevant
maybe that
comment.
I think
right.
They're not
Rather
judging
than
you. They're judging
point, Lou. My point is, I take it, whether anyone likes my actions, whether anyone approves of the path I took for myself or not, I've been taking actions for love. I lost my career because I had love for the fellow workers at the Postal Service and thought I could make a difference for them. So it was love that's been driving me for the past few years. And here's the difference between me and him again. He said once he identified the love and built the love within him, love was attracted to him. My experience was the opposite. Once I started loving myself, everyone fucking left me.
I think you mistaken love for narcissism. Loving yourself is narcissism. What Wes referred to as love is when
my path is different than you've assumed.
Let me make a distinction for you, Jack.
Your conclusion of narcissism is offensive and inaccurate, but please continue.
Okay, according to Wes, what he was saying with love, the way it is, that you have to have that much value in yourself before you can give value to others. You can't give more value to others than they can actually see in you. Otherwise, it's disingenuous to begin with and just basically pretentious at worst. So what I'm getting at is that you want to be able to prove with substance the value in yourself, either by the transformations of things around you or yourself that produces value. The key was value to the others, to your people. Remember what Wes said, to your people? That's your family, your friends, your community, whatever it be. But you first produce value for yourself so that you can only give that much away. That's how much currency you have to give, is what you've done. So if you haven't done for yourself, you have nothing to give to others yet. That's what I got from Wes too, which is again like building currency. You're not going to just get someone. You're either going to have to mine gold out of the earth yourself, or someone's going to have to do it for you and exert that. And the difficulty of it is what keeps the regulation of it being a rational exchange of our exertions, so that we can have trade done in a more expansive way than just basic barter. You get it? And that's just what I'm trying to get at, Jack, is that there's these distinctions Wes is making here between love, between action, between value, that when you listen to him and you're not paying attention, I can clearly see, because all these questions drift right back into your own personality and all viewed through your own lens, which is another hallmark of narcissism. So exactly. So unless you want to address these point by point, like I'm trying to do here with you, it seems disingenuous that you keep attacking me and the people around you instead of the points, the valid points we're bringing forth. And I yield.
Jack. Hello.
Hey, brother.
How's it going?
Blessed. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I'm sharing fellowship and hearing opinions from ignorant people, but yeah, it's fun.
Can I offer a perspective that might help? I don't know. So before gold, people used seashells to barter, right? So in every culture, there's something that people use to exchange value. So money is a phenomenon. It just occurs. It's like a natural part of being human. We need some way to exchange value. But the problem is, the last couple of 100 years is money is part of state control, and that's a real problem. So whether you're a gold bug and think that gold and silver are the best forms of money, or a Bitcoiner, which I would confess to being, or whether you just believe that money should be back on a gold standard or whatever, I don't think money's the problem. I think money's amoral. It's like a gun. It can be used for good, it can be used for bad. But it's been corrupted, and inflation is a problem. So I get everything you're saying, but I don't think money's the problem. That's just what I wanted to offer.
I respect that, and I don't necessarily disagree either. Money is not the problem, it is the corruption of man. But what has caused the corruption of man? Greed. What is the most likely source of greed? It's money and sex and food. Money, sex, and food have been used to corrupt the minds and hearts of man. So what I'm suggesting is a more moral life for everyone, right? Become the moral whole, set apart, the whole and complete being, set apart from the world, so that you live a life like the way that was taught by Jesus and those others. You know, the religions are pointing in the right direction, but we don't need the finger, right? Paul played that video earlier. You don't need to focus on the finger. The money is a tool. It's a process of exchange, but we can exchange fairly when people become honest, and when people become moral, we will no longer need the governance and enforcement and judgment of others.
Yeah, you said you're spiritual. You're using Jesus a lot. Do you know what happened when they partook of the fruit? So you want to change what humans are and mankind. You want to Neuralink them? Like, are you or are you gonna like somehow abracadabra? Like, how are you? The things you're saying, Jack, you want to change human nature. The things you're saying kind of blasphemous if you want to be real about scripture and what you're saying too. But my whole thing is like on a real level, Jack. Okay, you come on these podcasts. You said it's the fame, it's this, it's that. You know, what about people who get attention? Okay, my Jack, is that what's going on here? Because I'm not trying to like clown or be mean. I see a lot of talk. I see a lot of things with these other people. You is the same thing. Like, I'm a looper, bro. I get it. I do it on purpose. I get it, Jack. But what I'm saying is you looping without even fucking putting actions in it. But some of the stuff you're saying is going against script. Like, how are you going to say you want to change evil on good, or and you say that we got to love is the only way. Even God hated Esau. You're completely like flipping script to the Taucasism spiritual way. Is that really what's going on here, or like what is it, Jack?
What it is your religious beliefs are keeping you fucking confused.
No, my religious belief, I to each their own. I got friends who don't believe. I got friends who do believe, but I do know the scriptures. I have my own beliefs. I know you blaspheme a lot of it. You don't even take part of what is really said. You've made a lot of it up. You've admitted fully you haven't read it. But let's not talk about religion.
You're such a liar.
Religion, Jack. You sat here and said, and I even called the United Nations knowing that they are part of the New World Order. I called them for you, Jack. I do this for a living, like Pogo Boy.
Right,
but
you did
Jack,
it as a joke. You did it as a joke, and you
we are, and you want to change mankind to uninfiltrate ourselves. How do you do that, Jack? Do you say abracadabra? Do you put Neuralink in these people? How do you change the essence of what human is to what you say to make these wars and everything go away and make the greed and the envy and the clout chasing and jealousy and all? Like, Jack, what do we do? Are you trying to be God in a way and change things?
I don't want to do anything except be myself. And to answer your question, how is it going to happen? Well, Paul said it earlier. I do nothing, and yet nothing remains undone. All that must be done is completed. And all I have to do is find a way to maintain me and share that which I know. And what you guys choose to do with what God reveals to you through me is up to you.
It just makes me think more about application of information, not just information.
You're allowed and encouraged to think whatever you want, but what I'm offering, some great
points here.
All I'm offering is that you allow yourselves to consider the words I'm saying.
Okay, that's great that you said that, because what happened earlier and what have we been witnessing? And I'm not trying to be a dick. You are not considering any of the words of others. You, like, in your channel, you Nazi block them, boot them out, get rid of them. You complete blah blah. You're Ian Shinoff, but like, even here on this stream, Lubass and others were, over the, myself, Tribe, Paul, everyone. When we don't listen to you, you get crazy about it. But we're supposed to listen to, like, you don't listen to us, but we're supposed to listen to you. Like, how does this work, Jack? Like you really, the optics here are showing a two-fenced way, or I guess like I don't even know what to say. It's like you're saying one thing, but
or do you want to just keep? You can here to answer your question. It's exactly what you're doing right now. Okay.
Exactly. What am I doing right now?
Let me explain.
Which Tribe did earlier, and then you got butthurt about it.
Once again, you're creating another evidence. I say something, and then you react to what I say.
Evidence. Is this evidence A, B, or C for the court of Talcott? Just curious.
And you're doing it again. But then you ignore or you speak over my explanation for what you reacted to. So then you defend your reaction and completely ignore my word.
To me because I'm supposed to listen to you. So you need to listen to me. We're supposed to listen to each other. So listen to me, Jack.
So that is the question here.
You're getting mad that I'm not listening to you.
Now I want to address your claim that you made that I don't listen and that I have an expectation or a request, a suggestion that you guys do listen to me. So I do listen, despite what you think. I do pay attention, except when it's just looping, repetitive nonsense that I've heard several times before. So the other point to that is you guys are not going to hear what I have to say when all you're doing is expecting me to listen to you.
Jack, you have looped about calling the United Nations for a long time. I started
And
that.
once
You keep
again,
looping
you
about it. You
completely
talked about it last
ignored
night.
my
You talked about it today.
word.
You have yet to do it. So you're doing the same thing you're saying. You're saying we're looping or we're getting all but you're looping. You're looping about working with the United Nations. You haven't called them. You haven't said, hey guys, look what I did. Listen to this. Look at what I'm doing. I got emails with the head dudes. I got meetings coming up. I'm fucking putting work in. Like you loop about talking it. Okay, so you could say we're looping, but I see the same thing with you loop-a-dooping.
And once again, I addressed the prior claims you made rather than resolve the disagreements that you created with your false claims. You deflected. You waited until I stopped speaking, changed the subject completely, and completely ignored everything that I said.
Jack, do not use this Me Too victimhood, Nazi Me Too triggered bullshit on me. I know you don't have your little red button to kick me out, but Jack, I'm being real with you. You are doing the same thing you're telling us that we're doing. You're looping, but you're with no actions. Some of us who are looping at least put action in.
Is anyone
I would be
on
so
this
happy to see if
panel
you actually did
willing
action. Said,
to
hey guys,
confirm
look,
my
I set up
word?
a meeting. I fucking called this guy. I see you on these podcasts talk about this great working with these elite fucktards who are part of the B system. That's why I laugh at the whole concept of you thinking that you could. But the whole thing is now I understand. You said you want to change the essence of humans. The fruit. Okay, good versus you want to make us the evil. You actually are sitting here trying to
I
say you
want
could do
you to
godlike
stop
shit
being
if we
evil.
listen to you.
Cupcake, I'm trying to get you to stop making false claims and being an agent of chaos for evil to continue.
I call it wheat and tear, buddy. I call it the wheat and tear. And it's a
Snafu,
real thing. Real recognizes real,
I
homie.
am addressing
Real recognizes
you
real in the
and
end, dude.
this
And honestly,
moment.
I'm glad Tribe called you out for your BS earlier. More people should.
It's not our place to determine the wheats from the tares, though.
Hey, Goblin, you cupcake,
It's not
quit
our
sucking
place to
on this
determine the wheat
cupcake
from the
ball.
tares.
Lotus the cupcakes, defend the cupcakes. Goblin, why are you defending this man getting involved in shit that ain't even with your cupcake ass?
You know what? I've been rocking over at this channel for a while, okay? And I'm not defending anyone. Simply, it's not our place to judge who are wheats and who are tares. Simply
you know
observe.
What? I sure as hell don't want fucking enemy scumbag traitors in my camp. Fucking stealing, thieving.
Stop creating them.
Fuck that shit, dude.
Stop
you guys act like this hug a buddy,
enemies
fuck
and
a buddy
stop being a traitor.
mentality. This Barney the dinosaur,
Snafu.
fucking one love. All you little cupcakes gotta realize that. Real recognize
You are
real.
a traitor to the truth.
You ain't gonna fucking be in everyone's camp, bro. You ain't gonna be in everyone's camp.
Hey, may I have the floor for one moment, please? Jack, you know the fundamental problem is here that nobody wants to address, and it's nothing offensive, and don't take it wrong. It's something you need to work on. You're a very poor listener. You pay no attention to what people say. You can't rebut their claims point by point, and it comes across as extremely disingenuous or just flat out you have like bad memory management. So nobody ever would want a leader that can't remember his the last thing he said or did or what someone just told him. I mean, Napoleon, he basically could walk through the lowliest troops as he's just walking by in a battle scene and see some guy there. It's like the lowliest corp and say, hey, by the way, Henri, how's your sister and your mother? I know your mother was feeling, is she doing better and this and that? And he'd be like, oh my gosh, Commandante knows all these personal things about me and this. Even W, the idiot he was, he had a great memory for faces. He'd look at your face once and always know your name. Bill Clinton, when he was in a conversation with somebody, he pretended like nothing else mattered. You were the only thing that mattered, and his attention was fully focused on you. Nothing could distract him. But when he's done with you, he's done with you, and he's on to whatever else is because he can't be distracted. Certain elements like that, Jack, are what get people into those positions and stuff. But what special, unique characteristic can you exhibit that would actually enter you into that arena as a worthy, valuable contributor, right? Because at this stage, without even a element of memory, I kind of question whether you even have the facility to do this. So I yield.
And I'm in agreement, and that's the only reason I give you a hard time, Jack, is because you make statements like one of my favorites. I'm no one special. but I hope to bring a message to show you that you're just as special as I am. And when we talk about these communication skills, that's what I see a problem with as well. You have poor communication skills is all. Other than that, like I've said many times, I think you are a great man. You're very intelligent. You know a lot of things. It's just that it's discombobulated, not organized, like many of us. I yield.
Yeah, Jack, you got your own truth, like everyone, but you definitely show the optics of not giving a fuck, not listening, and admitting it. And then some of the shit you say is completely just fucking like laughable too. And it's like, dude, I mean, you got your own truth, even if it's laughable, but the way you show other people, like just exactly how Tribe said it, you could have said it better.
I do love you though, Jack. Honestly, I really do.
I don't care.
That's part of the problem. You don't care.
Hey, Keith, it's in your reality, not mine. You may say those words, but love is a verb. Love is an action. And I know clearly the actions you have shown towards me, your anger repeatedly. I know
Jack,
that is not love.
Dude, did you not listen to what we talked about listening? And both these men fucking actually stood up for you. They just were talking about how you don't listen. And both these guys came here and said, Jack, we respect you. This is what we think. And now you're sitting here bitching at Wizard in your cupcake status. And it's the same thing. You're not listening. They came here with respect towards you, Jack.
Yeah, and
saying, hey, and then you're going to fucking come up on these guys like Cupcake Little triggered Me Too victim. Jack, you're not listening, bro. They care.
Yeah.
People care about you. We care. I even care about the fucktard cupcakes because you know what? They're going to learn. And I don't want, no one wants to see the shit that's happening, the divisiveness, the division. I get it. The optics are high.
Creating it. You refuse to see your part in creating
we
the
have
division.
to fucking have that division, Jack.
Right.
Or
And
hold people accountable. You have to hold people accountable.
Okay.
Jack. Listen repeatedly, many of us have stood here and said the same thing, and that we do care, we do respect you, like we've said many times. And here you are still telling us you don't care. That's your problem, not ours. I yield.
I think
I have no problems. The problems are in your guys' minds. This is what I've been trying to tell you. You're in fucking denial. Your accusations, your repeated accusations without the specificity is just revealing you. You're describing you, blaming me, and everyone just seems to sit back watching it. Nobody seems to care about what is true. Goblin spoke up about presenting facts and got fucking attacked because he was defending the truth.
Jack, did you watch Bruce Lee? Wait, excuse me 1 second, Steph. Did you watch the Bruce Lee presentation at the beginning of this broadcast?
I referenced it myself.
Good. Then do you okay, so in this respect here, right? Okay, you're mistaking Wizards. It's not anger, it's emotional content. Okay. Now when he kicks you, he's kicking you with emotional content, and you're mistaking it for anger because you're like the kid that doesn't know the difference. You come at these people with anger, you have no emotional content because you're not respectful of what they said, because you never listened to what they said, you never contemplated, right? You just flap your little hand. You don't spend time thinking about what people say, so you don't exhibit respect of others or their opinions. You disrespect Wizard when he shows you compassion and he shows you emotional content that you can't seem to distinguish, and you mistake it as anger because you're stuck in really emotional modes. Yes, Jack, let's face it, you're petulant and you're stuck with an infantile representation of people's expressions. You just pigeonhole everything as anger or hate when there's a lot more depth to their emotional content and their expressions to you that you mistake.
I like that.
Tribe, you do an excellent job of gaslighting and manipulating, making excuses, enabling the unprovoked anger.
You're attacking me, Jack. Attack my ideas. Don't attack me, Jack. You're attacking my ideas. I mean, you're attacking me and stand my ideas. Attack my ideas, not me, Jack. Stop attacking the man.
Stop
feeling attacked and consider what I said.
You just literally told Tribe you were a cupcake victim. What the fuck? Are you literally telling Tribe you're a victim?
Try again.
You miss all the heavenly beauty above.
I said emotional content, not anger. Now try again with me.
Yeah, I love that. I love that be watching,
Jack,
my friend.
Jack, that what you just pulled though is exactly what these cupcakes do. They don't like their way, so they go victim status. They go all stupid. Then they fucking like. I mean, seriously, you just showed. I mean, what about the like when the UN? If you ever did, which I know you won't, and there's no point, elites, but you're delusional. But what if you ever had meetings with people of authority, and they were like, Jack, we don't think that this is you're not, you know, and are you gonna sit there in your body language and you're gonna act like a fool like this? And
if they question his track record, that triggers him, right? If they question what have you done, he's gonna lose it in front of those people.
Hey, Joe, wait,
whoa. They can pull up footage from all this shit and say, look at what he's really about.
Can you shut up for a fucking moment, Joe?
Okay, as long as you're not cupcake Me Too victim.
Hey, Joe, how about even worse? If I do actually get the attention of someone, and then I see they look for my track record and see this bullshit.
It's gonna happen, baby.
Yeah, why wouldn't you think they're gonna look you up and see who the fuck this guy is, Talcott? Just like you don't look up who the elite UN is working with and what they're part of the B system agenda, but you think you're gonna go in there and change their fucking ways and no, Jack Talcott. Of course they do the homework. Of course they do the homework. Who the fuck? If you went to the UN right now and someone said, "Hey, look at this guy," and they sent like clips of you for the last year, and dude. Jack, you're not presenting your I mean, do you understand? It's the optics, bro. And you're doing nothing other than like just talking, and and you're not listening, and you expect us to listen to everything. And if we don't, you're starting to get dictator about it.
There's a little truth in there, Jack.
Do you know that you're literally making those accusations as I'm sitting here silently, continuing to receive your disrespect publicly?
I would be off your channel. You would Nazi block me and boot me off if I said my opinion. But because you clout chase and you could go to any channels, I get it, Jack, what you're doing.
Let me say, Snafu. He said that you want people to hear your opinion more than you're willing to listen to others. And you called him a Nazi. You damn near proved his point. And you were doing what Tribe said. You're not arguing the argument. You're going at the people with ad homs and saying you loop, and when they make a point, you're not taking it in. You're attacking them.
Are you talking to me or Snafu?
No, I'm talking to you. I've been watching you when people bring up certain criticisms about you, you attack them directly, and that was a good one. Snafu said that you want everyone to listen to you. I agree with that shit. And you're less willing to listen to others. I agree with that. And you called the man a Nazi. You're not listening. You may have been quiet, but you weren't listening.
You're saying I called someone a Nazi?
Yeah, you just
called me a Nazi, you little cupcake.
Yeah, you
Jack, listen, the thing is Joe Cool.
I didn't call anyone a Nazi. That's your claim being remembered.
Take a breath.
Yeah, that is my claim. You didn't. It was less than 5 minutes ago. You said You say I don't listen. I've been listening to you gaslight. I don't know what words you said, and acting like a Nazi.
Gaslighting and manipulating. I didn't say Nazi.
All right, I got a second phone. I'm gonna mute.
Gaslighting and manipulating.
A lot of times you guys forget what the fuck you say and blab out of your mouth, just like Goblin threatening children with leukemia. No, here's the funny thing, Jack.
Now that's a false allegation, which has already been proven, and the receipts are on my channel if anyone wants to check it out. Very simple, okay? But I'm not here to promote me. But what I will say is I noticed that Snafu, you tend to become consumed by your own consumption, and you're becoming what you're claiming that you don't agree with.
Amen.
My
Goblin,
opinion.
Go
Go
talk
ahead.
on
I
Venus
yield.
News Period some more. Go do your thing, you little
Hey,
triggered
Snafu,
cupcake
you're not
bitch boy.
listening again. What you're accusing me of
It's not
not
listening.
listening,
No.
it
What
is
was the first thing you asked
exactly
Joe Cool?
you.
You said, Joe Cool, are you talking to me?
I was wrong,
That shows
Jack.
right
You
there
didn't
you
call
weren't
him
listening to even Joe
a
Cool right
Nazi,
there.
Jack.
And
You didn't.
we just got in the conversation
Thank
about
you,
not
Joe.
listening.
So now
You didn't
correct
call him. You
Snafu
didn't call him
that
a
I did
Nazi.
not. Please correct
You.
him too.
Yeah, I
Thank
didn't
you,
hear
Yeah,
him.
Joe.
I
I
get
didn't hear
Thank
him. I
corrected
you.
all
had
the
the
time.
headphones
Why are
out.
you
What he
triggered?
said was
Like, why
was
I get
about.
corrected all the time? Why are you a
Yeah.
little cupcake triggered fucking Me Too victim when you get triggered?
This is why they will never listen to any of you at the UN. I yield.
I would never go to the UN. They're part of the B system. They're sellouts. They're traitors. They're
I'm
fucking
writing
elite.
the UN right now.
I would
because
never be
they
part
struck
of
my
that.
channel. And when they struck my channel for medical misinformation in regards to Bayer and their being the largest seed producer in the world now, Bayer, a pharmaceutical, the largest seed producer. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, wonder where
And
that's
so I
going.
went to the UN's World Food Program, and I'm writing them and the Joint Chiefs of Staff because the World Food Program is listed under the telecommunications. And this device that I'm on that they're restricting is telecommunications device. So obviously, yeah, I'm supposed to go to the World Food Program at the UN.
That's weird.
If you learn the processes and who takes authority over things, you know who to write. I yield.
You know, the reason the World Health Organization and others are getting involved with these Pogo YouTube apps and stuff, remember, journalists are being arrested around the world and have been, and especially in Canada. People are mispronouncing genders and being arrested and thrown in prisons and jails and speeches being. And Jack, you're doing the exact same thing. That's why I respect panels like Paul's and others who actually fucking say fuck it. You know, they fuck around in Nazi block and booty, but they're not like that. They're not like Ian China or you. You guys are showing dictator optics. You're showing like it's my way or the highway. You and Jack, all these guys are saying is, one, put in some work, and two, quit being a dick and listen, man. You want us all to listen to you.
Right.
And
There's
then
no
here's
harm
Venus
in that
Cupcake,
shit.
who calls cops for people because public records on a public platform, right, Donna, are illegal. These cupcakes are dangerous fucktards to society. Venus Cupcake and all you granny panties and goblin simp ass men who are bitches like goblin. Man, what? It's a program.
Hey, talk is cheap,
It's
brother.
a program.
And we all have two ears and one mouth. And there you go looping again.
Fucktard. Hey, Venus with penis, why don't you come up on the panel? You crazy granny panty Karen. Well, you introduced the granny. Put your underwear on your head, though.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
You still there?
I'm muting my neighbor's dogs are barking. I'm still here.
Well, hey, thank you. I'd like to point out something to you because I tried to rebut some of Snafu's claims that he was saying I don't listen and I'm always pushing my beliefs. Well, I was sitting here silently, not reacting, just allowing him to go on. Now, when I addressed that to him, that dude, your claim, you're describing you in this moment. Well, then you brought in the thing, it came up with the Nazi thing, and you were on the side of Snafu.
Well, Snafu said it. Wait.
Let me come back.
Okay.
To the point is you also confirmed the claim that I don't listen. You've made that claim to me in the past.
I believe
But didn't Tribe and others on this panel
wait.
and in the chat say the same thing, though?
Only
That,
on certain times and shit,
let's
Jack.
not look
When
at the
you're
optics, Jack.
triggered and with
Not just
certain
Joe
people,
Cool said you
when
don't
we're
listen.
having a normal conversation, you're listening as much as everyone else. But when an enemy or a perceived adversary comes up, or you're in a mood about something, the listening goes out the window. Like now.
Like now?
Yeah, like now when Wizard pops up, anything comes out of Wizard mouth, you don't listen to. I don't give a fuck how wise it is. You won't hear it. You and Trav are confrontational right now. He dropping jewels. Even Snafu was kicking in. I didn't even know he had this fucking side to him. You're not listening to them cats. You're just instinctively battling them.
Joe,
the optics are high. The optics are high.
I won't deny that, but let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think they are listening to me?
Absolutely
Because-
not. I didn't consider that.
Okay,
but
all right.
Wait. I only considered Snafu so far. Snafu is not. He's not hearing nothing that's coming out of your mouth. Clearly, Tribe is, and I would
Joe
think
Cool.
Wizard is
Joe Cool.
listening to you.
Let me say I am Joe Cool. I am listening what's coming out of his mouth. I just think it's a bunch of bullshit, blasphemy, bullshit, egotistical, narcissistic.
That's what he hears because
dreamer.
that's
He's
what
a
he's
dreamer.
convinced
It
himself
shows.
to
It
believe.
shows. It shows. But you see, Wizard ain't been acting crazy with you like he normally has, and fucking Trav has been an absolute. I was watching in your room a long time ago. Dude's been giving you the cures to your symptoms, directly telling you how it is, how to treat what's wrong, and how to respond to this and that.
Joe?
And you're not hearing him either.
Well, here, Joe, if you understood what me, like I understand me, what you would see Tribe doing is gaslighting and manipulation, he's built in his mind a version of me.
So now you're
and
gonna
presenting
cupcake
the
it.
case.
He's weaponizing
Okay, I guess
fucking
I don't
tactics
get to
like a
speak.
fucking triggered man who's fucking so harassed and triggered. You're gonna say they're weaponizing and harassing and targeting, and I'm a cupcake me too man victim bitch. Jack, that's Ian China and Venus Cupcake. That's fucking programming bullshit, dude.
And Jack, let me respond really quick. I just want to say this. I've argued with Snafu passionately. I've argued with Wizard passionately. With Joe Cool passionately.
With me
I have the utmost respect for these men. You understand? I've changed.
Right.
They've changed.
You withhold
It comes to
respect from
reciprocal.
me, not Tribe. That's the point. You
But
have
don't.
no
You don't.
respect
You take
for
everything
me,
so
and
damn
that is
personal.
your
You're a grudge
fucking
holder.
problem.
Jack, you're a grudge holder. Let's face it. You hold
No,
grudges.
I'm not.
I hate nobody.
Okay,
Bullshit.
when it comes
I
to
hate
you, Jack,
nobody. I dislike a lot of things.
That's
Very
your
passionately.
problem.
I hate no
when
one.
it comes
That's your
I
problem.
hate nobody.
when it
Well,
comes
who
to you,
cares?
Jack,
The animals, really.
It
when it
doesn't
comes
change. You show me no respect.
when it comes to you, Jack,
Yeah.
I want to tell you, the story I hear from you, the thing that you want the most is to talk to your son. And with that emotional content, I wish I could speak to my son. I yield.
You almost
What's
broke my
preventing
heart
you?
there,
Is there
motherfucker.
any way
You know
I
what,
can
Jack?
help
I see
you?
Wizard come in here a lot with respect, more than anyone, because you and him beef it out a lot.
Yo,
I remember
hold
when
on
he
a
said
minute.
I remember when he said he would come
Hold on a
visit you.
minute. Can you
No, I
stop
remember when he
thinking
said
of
he would come
yourself
visit
for
you,
one
and
fucking
you
moment?
said, "Hey,
Snafu.
at first you were cool, and then you
Nope,
took it back.
you can't.
Maybe for you long."
You
Dude,
can't
I
stop
see Wizard
thinking of
coming in and
yourself,
respecting
can
you
you?
all the time, and you fucking always just. And I get you guys have your beef, but just like I said, I go out at Joe Cool. I go out at all these fucktards. Even this little goblin simp bitch next to me, Venus Cupcakes titties. But you, like Jack, grow a pair. You're victimizing.
But all you're doing is telling another man how to live his life instead of making him question his reality.
Jack,
the way you're addressing what you're doing, you're making no effort like that. Talking all that shit, dude.
Oh, that's what's his name? I can't think of his name. The guy on the right, but I ain't heard him talk a lot.
Yeah, him and Lil Meth Head Tommy running around threatening children, doing their little thing. Yep.
And the proof that what he's saying is a fucking lie is right there on my channel. How many times do I gotta keep saying it because you want to loop? Everyone has 2 ears and 1 mouth. What the fuck? How hard is it to fucking listen? Let's go.
Jack, the question's still unanswered. What are you doing to improve your value enough that you have enough to give to others? You can't give more than you are worth yourself. What have you done to improve your value other than regurgitation of other words to make it worthy of you to tell others what they should do or to lead them?
I'm not telling anyone to do anything. I'm sitting
No.
here quietly listening.
He asked you the first part of it. You must improve your value for people to hear you. That was Wes's thing in that big long statement he gave.
Right. I know.
And he's saying that people only hear your message as much as they see how much you love yourself by the improvement you have in yourself. And his first part of the question was, what are you doing to improve yourself so those people can hear your message?
I've answered this question fucking over and over on this panel and my panel. So his problem is his problem. I'm not here to push anything. I'm here to fucking hang out. So quit the interrogation and fucking change the subject. You don't
see,
like
that's
me?
your value?
Well, shut the fuck up.
That's
how you improve
that's
yourself?
anger and deflection. That's what we were just talking about. You didn't rebut the argument at all.
Right, Joe. Joe, who
Encouraging.
cares? You win. I'm done with your egoic fucking
Who
nonsense.
cares? I don't care. That's what every person says. But certainly my exes say that shit when you get them, corner them on something they said this week. I don't care what you think.
And that's
You're
exactly
getting
what
all
you're
of
going to
that.
tell
I
the
wanna know-
UN.
You guys, I want to know honestly, do you really believe 100 in your heart that you think Wizard doesn't respect you?
Wizard treats them like shit and does shit
No,
to
Wizard
him. I
treats
don't
them
know
like
if it
shit.
means he
I treat
doesn't
people like
respect.
shit, but no, respect. Like the man, literally, I was giving him a hard
He
time.
definitely
Both
respects him,
Tribe
yeah.
and Jack fucking both Tribe and Wizard fucking had your back here, you know, saying, "Hey, we respect you." This is the. And I'm sitting there like, "You cupcake, motherfucker," blah blah, you know. And literally, you are
Listen,
throwing
you're right.
them under the bus. The guys who are giving you, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't giving you respect right now, Jack. And I respect you, but I don't. You know what's up. You acting like in China. You're not being honest with yourself. I would love to see you put action into some of the shit that you could easily do. Call the United Nations. Show everyone. Say, look what I did.
Right.
Do
Shouldn't
something,
one
bro.
of these days, and perhaps you do, you hop on and say, "This is what I did today towards my
Hey,
UN
Joe,
goal," as
whoa,
opposed to talking
Joe,
about it.
Joe. Did
You mad at me for?
Did you already forget the fact? Maybe you didn't see it, Joe. Maybe you weren't there. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Did you not see my efforts or hear my efforts the last 2 days of trying to bring what is being shared here on the Paul Unslaved platform about common law, bringing that to people who I
Oh, no,
know
I missed
in the
it. I
labor
missed it.
movement?
No, but I
You
think that's a
remember
good
me
thing.
doing that?
I don't. I didn't hear nothing about that. No.
Okay, so you missed that. The last 2 days, I placed myself into very
So you talked to
uncomfortable
people
and
about a
toxic
YouTube channel and
positions.
said,
Oh
"Hey,
no,
go
no,
go
no!
check
You
them
went
out."
up there to
So you
jab
talked to
those
people
guys
about
with a
Paul's
hot
YouTube
poker in
channel
the
and said,
eye.
"Check it
If
out."
that's what you're
That's what
talking
Graf
about.
Talcott
When
did
you went to
for the
that
Talcott.
conference, you knew you weren't welcome and weren't going to make progress, and you were going to be a stubborn little kid and stick yourself in front of their face. Anyway, you're not claiming that as the progress you've made or the good thing you did.
So see, Joe, once again, you don't find any good whatsoever from the efforts that I made. You're just
Oh, I would
baiting
never
this
say
out
that.
as some
No,
bullshit
I'm just because I'm
narcissistic.
talking about a particular moment doesn't mean I don't see the other shit. I'm just commenting on one moment, the yesterday thing. I see your
Okay, well,
values
Joe,
now.
the
Now it's not the
question,
time to coddle you.
the reason all of this shit is being discussed is because there's once again allegations, inferences being made. Jack, I don't respect you because you've not shown me the actions that I want. You haven't shown me the results that I've placed upon you yet.
Don't we all live with that, bro? Ain't nobody listening to me if I ain't
Joe,
got 8,000 subs.
Joe, here's the entire fucking point. People need to get past this bullshit egoic expectation of withholding respect and cooperation with each other.
You're correct.
Throwing Wizard, I see you nodding your head. Throwing anger at one another
Because you're the one that says you don't care.
Think.
Because you're the one that says you don't care. And in relation to John Vance's comment here a while back about how America has no morals.
Boom.
What you see here is before you is proof of that. Evidently, you don't comprehend what's going on then, because we have a panel of 10 people here, 9 of us, which are pretty much agreeable, that you agree that you don't care, and we are not connected because this is your world. Again, we are not of this world. We live in this world. And if this is Jack's world, Jack is that Satan evil, if that's the comment you want to stick with. Because this is not your world, Jack. This world is his world, Satan's world, which God created for Satan. And as a test to all of mankind who are conscripted just like the fallen angels and are not meant to sin. But he tested us by placing us in this world. We are not of this world. I yield, Jack. You are not.
Jack, if you go to UN meetings and your body language is the way that you were acting right here with Wizard.
You are nothing here. And when it comes to this panel and that comment with John Vance saying America has no morals, that's what we're trying to help you with, Jack, is your morals. You sit there and say you don't care. Well,
yeah,
Or putting out information and wanting us to help while you say you don't care. That is just stupid, Jack.
And here let me say this too, Wizard, to expound on that, because we know the amount of effort that Wizard puts in to push what he's saying. There's meat behind what he's saying here, because he puts in hours and hours of broadcast disseminating how the world works.
3 o'clock this morning, writing the UN.
Second thing is this. Second thing is this, Jack, is that you said you did something on common law. So what? You do an open panel on common law. You did no exertion. You know, I've done over 50 hours on common law broadcasts sitting on my channel. You know what was inspired? It was inspired by a conversation here on this channel. Okay, Jack, that's what. So what have you done with common law that you've been inspired from here? You did one panel. Okay. Now, is that really the value of a leader?
Yes, Jack, let me answer that. Yes, that is exactly a motherfucker saying Jack has done nothing, and him making a step and doing a thing. Every journey begins with one step. I couldn't take nothing away from him going over there teaching something on law. You know, I'd be big up in him all day if I saw that shit.
You know, and then one thing I just got to mention is, Jack, your body language shows it all. The words out of you show it all. Even right now, when people are trying to just be real with you, you're sitting here in fuck you mode. I'm Talcott. You guys are fucking piece of shits. And yeah, Jack, your body language, bro. Like, is this how you're going to act in United Nations meetings if I ever hook you up on a meeting and they say, Jack, we can't work with you on this? Are you going to, like, throw your eyes and roll your back and I'll never be able to get you in a meeting again because you fucking don't give a fuck about, like,
This
Jack.
is good shit, Jack. I know you hate it's coming from Snafu, and he might be throwing jabs in there with it, but this is good shit. If you can't handle it here, how well would you do it with the UN? You got to tame it here first. Blah blah blah.
Is that what you think? You think
That's
the time
exactly
is best
what I
served?
think. I don't think.
Well, here, let me paint what I'm seeing. You know, actually, that's irrelevant. Paul, are you here?
Of course, he's here.
Well, I'd like to
Jack, but you guys stand on your own right now.
I kind of want to hear what you were about to say, Jack.
Shut up, Snafu, you slave. I'm the god of all media. I'm always here.
Well, and frankly, I'm sick of sitting here listening to what these cupcakes and asshats want to hear. So, Paul, earlier there was, I received a message or a comment, and I showed up, and you did say there you had some ideas for me that I wasn't sure where that was going. I pray to God that this wasn't it, because I got better things to do with my time.
Jack. This was definitely not it. It was just, a couple clips of video. At least we might have watched them already. I just wanted to share some time and space with you. And of course, it degenerated as always.
Yep.
Into whatever this is. But we passed the 2-hour mark. I was going to wrap up in 2 hours anyway. So, I just decided to let it play out since folks kind of, started having a conversation.
And, I appreciated the opportunity to try and have conversations, but the message has been clear today, Paul. They want me to listen, not speak. So I'm done fucking listening to this negativity and these false fucking narratives of who I supposedly am. So I'm going to continue with my day, and thank you, brother. I don't know if you go on. I don't know. Maybe I'll go on later or not. I don't know. I'm a clown, man. Fucking A. I love you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you, Jack. All right, well, then that's synchronistic because I was already thinking about I got to get the AC situation set up with this thing. It's not working the way that I think it's going to, so I got to figure out a remedy for that.
For your trail, yeah. So real quick, because here's another thing too, is that from this channel here, a lot about the self-sufficiency, and even if you don't need to, the more you learn about this stuff. Being in Florida, we have to deal with hurricanes frequently, so we have to deal without the conveniences of power and water sometimes, and I've been through it. So it's a preparation that we just basically have. But more I learn about adapting when you go through the so-called drills of testing your apparatus out. You start to learn just things of efficiency that save you money in general. So it's just more wealth from that attitude. That being said, low voltage start for the air conditioner is real important if you're using any of that solar stuff. And it's more modern stuff. It's not going to cost you much more, but it'll be a feature listed.
Low voltage start.
Yeah, low voltage. So it'll deal with the inductive start, which draws a lot just to start it up, but it's designed to deal with that.
Which is brilliant. Yes.
Yeah, so and it makes it key. So like you can get a room air conditioner, not even $200, and it'd probably chill the hell out of that. That's made for that. Just find one that's modern, specified for it. I don't like them with the Bluetooth and all that garbage, just because it's more to go wrong. But I've been camping with an AC for over 20 years, the same AC. I've only repaired it once, and it's just an on and off switch, and I have adapted duct work for it that goes to 210. So I used to camp with family or another family. And I mean, it chills the hell out of it.
Are you telling me you can run AC totally off of solar power? I didn't know if that was a thing, and now I got buddies that do the van life and solar panels and shit.
A lot of people
can do
use
that.
old car radiators and shit. You know,
I have the window unit. It doesn't fit in the window, so I got to try to get a portable one that's low enough wattage to get that little attachment to go in the horizontal window.
Yeah,
I see guys use car radiators too with the solar panels like out in the heat, and they work just good.
There's one in this thing, right? But it's probably about 3,000 watts, and I don't need all that.
You know what you need to do? You need to, when you're off of this stuff, you need to spend a little more time on the YouTube. There's some people out there that are really doing it good, and they get, not too technical, but enough for you to get the understanding of how to choose for yourself and design it yourself, simply. Because it's not that hard nowadays.
Julie and her brother.
What's that?
Check with Julie and her brother. She just got back home.
Lots of resources. You got my email, I think, Paul, too, if you needed any questions with that. But yeah, I mean, I do it. I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm doing more of it. And I like the idea of it because the technology is so accessible now. You have to be a nerd to figure it out. So
and it's in the right direction too, right?
I don't even think it's going to matter about the startup because I have panels. As long as I have enough panels, I could generate whatever I need, presuming the sun is there. So if the sun is there, I can generate whatever I need.
I was wondering, was that possible, man? I thought AC alone. I don't know how effective the panels are nowadays.
It's the draw on the inductive. When you start up an inductive load, it draws a lot. It just, trust me, if you get the circuitry for it, it's more efficient. So it just works. It's just more designed for it. It's not more expensive. You just have to choose the right one. That's all. Because they got a lot of garbage sitting in warehouses for years. It doesn't go bad. So they'll sell off their old garbage, but they got new garbage because there's always competitors, right? That's the nature of it. So if the educated consumer, would figure out that you pay the same and you get a lot better, like with a lot of things, I guess. In the end, you don't get everything you pay for, but you got to pay for everything you get. So make sure you know what you're paying for.
I hear what you're saying,
Hey, Paul, you guys have a good day, man.
All right, I'm out of here.
Everyone take care, man. Good stream as always, man. Good conversations to hear. And all you fucking cupcakes, you better start listening, man. Time is going by fast. And the optics are high, and they're only going to ramp up, man. And all everything, metaverse, real life, spiritual, physical, you name it. So much love, everyone. Thanks, Paul.
All right, we'll see you later, Snaps. All right, Tribe, get the hell out of here because you'll keep us here for another hour.
Yeah, I was going to go into a soliloquy now. Hey, happy Easter to everyone that wants to, acknowledge that. Whatever. I'll just say it, get it out of the way. And at that, I had a great time here, Paul. Enjoy it. It was nice. You get Wes in. I finally got my Wes fix. I don't know if you did it yesterday or not, but I wasn't around the whole time, so I won't even acknowledge if you didn't. I got it today, so I feel satisfied. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone in panel. Salute.
Thank you, sir. All right. Go ahead. Let's get the hell out of here. I got to go figure out. I got to take this fucking thing back and figure out the next set of issues.
All right. Well, like I said earlier, they struck my channel for medical misinformation on a review I did on a short video from Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and an article relative to Bayer and they being the largest seed producer. And so I'm currently writing a letter to the UN, Jack, about that, because like I said, it has to do with the food products and the seeds and all that. And so I'm writing to the World Food Program under the telecommunications thing, because I'm using a telecommunication device to spread free education, and they're blocking the free education and saying that I'm spreading misinformation, even though it was a review on information that's already in the public. So I'm writing to the UN as we speak, just about done with it. And like I said, I'll post it when I get ready to. I've got to make sure they get it first, and then I can post it. But in the meantime, Jack, hopefully everybody will see how you properly communicate with the UN. I yield. Have a good day, guys. Thanks again, Paul.
Thank you, sir. All right, Rasta, you got anything? All right, I'm going to take care of my busyness. I'll be back later tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow morning, as always. 7 days a week, still with no end in sight. So yeah, look for that unless otherwise given notice. So stay inspired, stay co-creative, stay loving and faithful, unwavering in truth, and be all you can be, as the military folks say, right? Be all that you can be, as far as embodying conscience. So I'm out of here. I'll be back. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Much love.